Guys, welcome to the latest installment of Adam's Talk Talk. Oh my god, that video is so fucking true, man. That video is so fucking true, right? Whew, you know that I work at a retail shop, right? For GPU, CPU, laptop, everything basically around this area, right? So I remember it was just like yesterday when even the 3060 Ti in my shops is like 6 times the price. Myself, I brought 2060s, right? For 2005 Malaysian ringgit, right? 2.5 Malaysian ringgit. Hey, welcome to the stream. So now with the same price, right, you can get 3060 Ti. You get 33% more performance, right, with the same price. That is what happening. So imagine if the one that bought 3090 Ti or 309, basically at the scalper price, at the pandemic price, the GPU crash, right? Which means how much in ringgit? Yeah, 2005. I buy 2060s for 2.5k. Right? Now 3060 Ti, a good one, will cost like 2k. Right? Yeah. So it is what it is, right? But at that time, I knew my graphic card is only 1050 Ti. So basically, like, yeah, I have to buy it. Right? I was playing Final Fantasy 14. Shadowbringers is one of the best expansion. And then my GPU is broken. I have to sell my GPU, buy GPU. That's history. But I remember that people buy 3080 at 9999 ringgit Malaysia. So can you imagine that, right? And now with the same price, almost with the same price, you can get 4090. Okay, in terms of restoration performance, let's see. They say that in ray tracing and deep learning super sampling 3.0, right, you will get up to 2 or 4 times performance. So FF doesn't require high graphic. Actually, you can play Final Fantasy 14 with just any decent graphic card. But obviously, if you put a G-Shade into the game, right? Inject G-Shade, if you know the reason why Final Fantasy 14 looks so different, looks like low setting, right? The game is already 10 years, 11, I mean, reaching 11 years old. So yeah, the graphic is not that high. But if you inject a G-Shade, or if you have an NVIDIA graphic card, you can do this with any game, not just Final Fantasy, right? You can use the NVIDIA GPU, and then you can increase the graphic, the fidelity, the effect, the color. So you can do that. There's I think the program called NVIDIA. Wait. Shaders. Yeah, you can use shaders, right? Basically, yeah, this one. NVIDIA shader. You can sharpen your game, ignore, you can do all the stuff. But if you do this, obviously it will take like 40%, 50%, 60% based on how many shaders that you put increase. So yeah, today we're going to talk about RTX 4090. So 4090 will roughly cost, if translate directly from US to Malaysia, right, this price will be like, you can see USD to MYR, right? And then Malaysia ringgit is like it's going up, it's going up. So like, see, like 7,000 8,000. But this is just Founders Edition. If you buy like MSI Supreme or ROG Strix or any high-end card, right? High-end brand, I think the price will be like 8,000, 9,000. It also depend 2 fans, 3 fans. So the graphic card will be in the same ballpark as that. But I mean, like if you're going to spend on 4090, right? I think if you have the budget, then go for ROG Strix. Sadly, EVGA, right? EVGA does already cut ties with Nvidia, so the best graphic card EVGA is not sad lah about EVGA. You know what? You know the story. I don't need to tell you, right? But I think that's the reason why Nvidia choose to release 4090 news, right? Because usually they will release like 4090, 4080, and 4070, right? But now they choose to release the 4090 first at October, and then November. They will still have not announced the date for 4080. So you can see that basically like this, I think is a last minute plan, and the price is increased from before. I know like if you factor inflation and such, so technically the cut is cheaper, right? But technically the cut is higher because they choose to put a 2 different price for 4080 and 12 GB version and 16 GB version. So yeah, I think like the only reason that I think they choose to do that because they have planned to put a lower SKU, for a different GPU, right? Yeah, sadly I cannot put background music. Otherwise, I'm sorry. This video will be on YouTube. So this video is just for simple. I mean, like for simple thing only. Because if I get copyright strike, then this is doom. Normal streamer like me will get copyright strike. So yeah. Okay, first I want to talk about 4090. I mean, like, oof. If you look at the spec, they are saving 4090 Ti. If you look at the spec, the maximum, this is actually not a 4 nanometer. This is actually 6 or 5, but Nvidia call it 4N. 4N. Except you can see like the performance is not that different unless they put on ray tracing and deep learning super sampling 3.0. Otherwise, I think the performance, I'm not sure. My bet is the performance of 3090 Ti and 4090, just pure raw power and restoration, I think it's not going to be that far. But the reason why they are marketing like 4090, that 2 or 4 time performance, right? So the reason is why, because the performance is not that big unless you open deep learning super sampling 3.0 and the latest generation of ray tracing. I think they changed the calculation of the ray tracing. The newest generation have a different calculator because of the way that the ray tracing works, right? So yeah, I obviously like the working stuff, the encoder, the canvas and such. Obviously that thing is great for people that use, but most people they didn't know. I mean, like most people doesn't know that NVENC exists in NVIDIA GPU, right? I mean, like it is what it is, right? So I mean, like okay, we already can play 8K on 3090, right? Not even Ti, even like 3090 normal, you can already play 8K on a certain game, right? But this is the spec. Okay, technically nobody need for gaming. Let me be clear. For gaming, right? Nobody needs 24 GB, right? That is why some tasks on 3080 Ti, right, is equal or more than 3090. That is why I say to my customer, right, just buy 3080 Ti. It is more than enough, right? And then in some cases you can get similar performance to 3090 or a 10% more, but you will pay far significantly less than 3090. And then they have to, I mean, like, if you remember that, the 3090 they delayed for, I think, 4 months. They delayed 3090 for 4 months, right? After 3080 Ti has been released, has been launched, and people already benchmarking, and then they discover that for certain tasks, 12 GB circle to 24 GB of circle, so it would take longer for some tasks because of the CPU limitation, our current CPU limitation, right? So that is it. But I mean, like, okay, the PCIe Gen 5, right, for GPU for now is kind of useless. Nobody need that kind of bandwidth, right? But that's why the 4000 series is still PCIe Gen 4. I mean, like, yeah, in the future maybe they will do a GPU that will fully benefit for PCIe Gen 5. But for now, we start with PCIe Gen 4, and then AMD motherboard will come with PCIe Gen 5 for graphic card. I mean, like, even Z690 have a PCIe Gen 5 graphic card. And then for AMD also for SSD, PCIe Gen 5 for SSD this November, right, for the X670, I think. Yeah, I think, like, that's the difference. But I think, like, if you check the spec, right? I mean, like, the full spec. Where's the full spec? Okay. Okay, you can see that the CUDA core is like 16,000 compared to spec. Okay, boom, full spec. Okay. Compared to, like, 16,000 CUDA core and 9,000. Basically, right, almost not like 100%, but you can see that it is like 80% more CUDA cores, right? Yeah, 85%, 80% more CUDA cores. So the performance gap between these two, I think, gonna be significantly different. That's why I say, because the price of this, right, is 1199, I think, right? Start, yeah, 1199 US dollar. I mean, like, if you pay a little bit more, you can get 4090. Obviously, if you have the budget, right, go for 4090. But between these two, I think the toughest sell is these two, because at first glance we think it's just okay. It's just a difference between a 12 GB version and 16 GB version. Like 2060, right, have a 6 GB version, and then the release one is 12 GB version, and then the upcoming 3060 from 12 GB to 8 GB. And some of the graphic card, I mean, they will not benefit that high more VRAM. Some that's not benefit the higher VRAM. In certain tasks they do, but most thing they don't. So at first glance, I thought, okay, they just released 12 GB version and 16 GB version. Okay, you can choose. I think 12 GB is more than enough for most of us. So yeah, but when we look at the full spec, right, for 4080, the difference between, you can see that, okay, obviously this one have a higher boost clock, right, but they already shave like 2000 CUDA cores, right? They already shave it out. So I mean, like, so I think my instinct does tell me that this is originally planned maybe as 4070. Maybe I think at the last minute they changed it to 4080 12 GB, because this is like the difference between 4080 and then 4080 Ti, right? Because, yeah, because usually different cards, the Ti version have a higher boost clock, higher CUDA cores, and higher RAM. Usually, like 3080 have a 10 GBs, and then 3080 Ti have a 12 GB, and then there's a model for 3080 the normal version for 12 GB, and then because of the Far Cry, I mean like Far Cry 6 Far Cry 6, if we want to play the highest texture, it will take like 11 GB of VRAM. So I think like if the difference is big, I mean like okay. Sometimes in paper you look at 2000, like almost like 2000 Kudako difference. The performance will be big, right? Maybe when we already benchmark it and test it, maybe maybe the performance is not that difference. That's why maybe the last minute they changed to 4080 and 4080 same. Only the VRAM is different. But I think if you okay, if you want to buy 4080, right? Maybe you buy this. If between this 4080 at 16 GB and 4090, right? Because the price is like $400 different, right? Around that. So better take this one. Yeah, especially if this is like ROG graphic card. I mean, like the price will be much more higher. And then if this is MSI or just normal Asus Zotac, and then the price will be a little bit lower, then better take 4090. I mean, like even the power like 3 PCIe 8 pin times 3 adapter in box, or yeah, PCIe Gen 5 cable, greater PCIe Gen 5. I think like most like I think most newest power supply will give you like that power connector. I think the other manufacturer maybe they give you like adapter. I think for me, if you have to buy that higher graphic card, right? I think you can spend some money for power supply. I mean, like it is what it is. If you can buy like 8,000 ringgit, 9,000 ringgit, 10,000 ringgit of graphic card, right? You can buy like 1,000 ringgit power supply. Yeah, it's 4 slot. They say it's 3, but actually most manufacturers do it 4. I mean, like the 2000 series is big, and they fix the back end problem, right? And then the 3000 series is bigger, and then some card need a vertical stand, like support stand for it, right? And now 4000 series is much more bigger, right? Like in Malay we call it baling anjing mati. If you throw it at the dog will die. That's how big it is. So yeah, I mean, like, does anyone really need 4090? No. No, nobody does need that kind of power unless for working, for designing, for engineering solid work. Obviously, you need that. But for normal people that only play, I have a friend that have a higher graphic card 3090, right? Play just Valo or Apex on Full HD, not even 2K, it's Full HD. Basically, most of that graphic card power is useless. Just paying money and to brag. After upgrading to RTX 4090, should we buy a new motherboard to match the PCIe Gen 5? No, actually, 4090 is just PCIe Gen 4. It's not even PCIe Gen 5. I mean, like, obviously, if you want to buy 4090, right? Graphic card, if you have a PCIe Gen 4, you'll be safe. If you're planning to buy AMD like 5000 series, AMD 7000 series, it come with PCIe Gen 5 for your graphic card. And then Intel already have PCIe Gen 5 for graphic card, but not the PCIe. Last time I checked, the PCIe is still Gen 4 for Z690. I mean, like for playing game Final Fantasy, you don't need that. My problem, right, is my internet. Right, this place, this area doesn't have like a proper 4G, 5G, not even have a fiber. So my problem is internet. I have to fix my own internet first, and then maybe planning for buying a graphic card. But at least I can leap from 2060 to 4090 or 4080. My leap will be big. From 2000 series to 3000 series, the leap is not that great if you leap on a certain graphic card. For example, if I from 2060 leap to 3060, right, it's only just a 10% of increase performance. So yeah, that's why I cannot stream in full HD at all time. That's why I play on 720p. If when I was playing gaming, I have to lower the bandwidth, lower the upload speed, because I already talked with Maxis. They says even though this package is unlimited download, right? Upload, actually you have uh actually you only have a 30 GB of upload. If once you reach your limit, the speed will be slow. League say 4090 48 VRAM. 4090. I think they're saving 40 because when they talk about the spec, right? The maximum value, the maximum power, I think they obviously is saving 4090 Ti, obviously, because they already put the maximum value for what the technology can give right now for the graphic card. So I think they will save 4090 Ti. I mean, like, I think there will be 4070 and then 4060 later, because the reason why I think they announced this early, right? Okay, first of all, they already plan to like delay this release because of the abundance of 3000 series graphic card, and then the price of 3000 series already going lower. Like most retailers, right, already sell 30%, 40% below MSRP, right, for 3000 series, because there's so many 3000 series on the market, not even counting the second hand graphic card. And then 4000 series, right? They release they announce 4090 first, and then they say 4080 is coming. I think it's because of the news of EVGA versus Nvidia, so they need to put out like a positive spin on their company, because EVGA is one of the like board partner, right? And then I consider EVGA graphic card is number one, and then second is ROG Strix for me. For me personally, right, based on what I know, my limited knowledge in this field, I think EVGA graphic card is better. And then second will be like ROG Strix, and then the third one is a MSI Supreme. MSI Supreme graphic card. I think that's is my personal tier lah. If I can buy, I will buy MSI. If I have the budget, I will buy and not just any MSI lah. I mean, like, minimum I will recommend Gaming X, and then Gaming X Trio or Supreme. For ROG, obviously any ROG graphic card is good. And then if you can buy EVGA, then go for EVGA. But sadly, EVGA doesn't have a like. If you are in Malaysia, right, it's very hard to claim warranty for EVGA. Basically, your card will be sent back to the thing like Europe or NA based on resell what from where your resellers buy. So Nvidia GPU or AMD GPU better? For now, Nvidia. For now. In terms of just raw, pure performance rasterization, right? If you have Ryzen 5000 series with a 6000 series graphic card from AMD, right? With a SAM and other stuff, right? Just pure rasterization performance, AMD is much more stronger. And that even with the driver problem, right? The non-optimization from AMD, right? The performance is already like surpassing 3000 series. But when you put ray tracing and deep learning super sampling, obviously at that department AMD lose, right? In that department, because the technology is not AMD technology, right? AMD have a what they call a ray accelerated, but that is not the same as ray tracing. It's similar but not 100% the same. Same with deep learning super sampling like DLSS. It's similar with fidelity, but the way that they translate, the way that they interpret the scene, the gaming, like, is different. It's similar. Basically, like in mathematics, right? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 will get the answer, and then but 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 will also get similar answer, but it will take time. Different type of calculation produce a different result, even though at the end the numbers, the answer is the same, but the way that they calculating, the way that the computer like translate the job is different. So for now, Nvidia graphic card is better, but 7000 series for AMD, right? The processor and the GPU, right, is looking very interesting, especially if the power consumption is very low, right? And then the performance is similar. If rumor says like this 7000 series performance from AMD, right, can match Nvidia in some department, beat it straight up. I mean, like, it's not surprising because you can compare like 3060 with 660 6600 XT, right? In some game, the AMD will give you far more higher performance, and then in some game it loses some performance. So yeah, it's already trading blows, right? So I think for 47,000 series, right, maybe there will be some uh clear winner. I mean, like, this decisive winner, definitive winner, right? Especially with a 7,000 series processor. I mean, like, if the benchmark is true, and AMD is already beating Intel in 7,000 series until Intel come up with uh, the next generation of processor, right? If Intel, the performance of 13th generation is similar to 12th generation, then AMD can rest for 2 years, like what they did 5,000 series. 5,000 series AMD already rest lah. 2 years, let's go. Let's sleep. We wait until AMD Intel catch up, and then when they finally catch up, and then AMD be like, it's time to work, boys. 7,000 series. Let's change our pin. Finally, let's go to SGA socket. Ooh. So that's it. I mean, like, if you play like AAA games, yeah, this card is worth it, right? I mean, like, not even 4,000 series, like 3,000 series is already, for me, it's more than enough. I mean, like, the enjoyment of playing I talking about game, right? Once it surpass like higher setting, more than 100 FPS or even 60 FPS, like, it's already playable. I mean, like, it is all about that game. There's no game like, oh, because this game get 6,000 FPS, this game get 100 FPS, or I cannot enjoy this game. The FPS is too low. I mean, like, once it reach a certain point, everything is just extra. Everything is just at that time. Yeah, if you're playing CS:GO, like 400 FPS versus 600 FPS, it's already more than enough. So I think, like, it is excited finally. I think the thing that I'm most excited is the deep learning super sampling 3.0, DLSS 3.0. But not even all games have DLSS. Like, Final Fantasy doesn't have DLS. I mean, like, most of the game that I play, Dota don't have a deep learning super sampling. Right? So not all game on the market have ray tracing. Not all game on the market have a DLSS. Not all game have that. So it is already, if your game have it, congratulations. If your game doesn't have it, it's okay, right? You will still enjoy the game that you are playing. There's no difference in gameplay. There's no difference on performance. The slight boost from that. I mean, like, some game, if when you turn on the DLSS, if you set to a different quality, like the image quality also vary, right? So it is all up to you, right? I mean, like, some people just buy this higher end graphic card just so they can say, "Oh, I own 3090 Ti, I own 4090, hoo, lo and behold," and then Intel, sorry, Nvidia be like, now we have a new graphic card at 4090 Ti, right? We have 4090 Ti, 72 GB GB of it, 128 GB of it. So that's it. That's why I'm saying. That's why if you watch the earlier opening of this show, right? There's the video that we saw, like, at the very beginning, right? That is true, because at that time, I think we can watch it again for some people that already missed it, right? History. Sorry. yeah, I mean, like, we can watch it again, right? Oh no, shit, shit game, shit. I mean, like, oh, people who bought 3090 Ti during GPU crisis. Best GPU on the market. At the time, it is. Although I got it for $2,500, but it was worth it. Sure. Okay, this statement is untrue because you know that after a few years they will release a new and better graphic card. That is a given. I am the king. And the 3000 series, 4000 series be like, I mean, let's be true. I think it is. Ooh, from the sound of it, I think it's going to hurt a lot. It is hurt, like, poof. So yeah, that's it. That's it for today. It's very short. I know because it's just a GPU story. Oh, that meme. I mean, like, the best meme is when 3000 series, when people selling 2000 series graphic card to buy 3000 series graphic card, right? And then 3000 series gone from the market. Like, people are scalping each other, and then shortage, GPU shortage, pandemic hit. People use graphic card for mining and such, NFT, Bitcoin collapsing, everything, and now the price is going back to normal. And hopefully, I already talked with like, from, I think, like, Asus, right? I say I asked them if this time the GPU will have like the store, everything is okay, like the product, everything okay. They say yeah, everything is kind of okay, like back to normal, not like 100% back to like pre-pandemic style, but compared to while the pandemic is happening. So obviously, this time I think the stock, unless the scalpers is like, oh, buying everything on the market and then there's no more product, then I think the manufacturer can keep up with the demand. I mean, like, even the 3000 series, like, people don't buy it because they don't need it. They need the money for something else, more important stuff. I mean, like, there's other thing you can buy. GPU is not things that you 100% need, except for the people that using your PCs, graphic card to do their work, their livelihood. So yeah, if you have a decent graphic card, I think you can stay, because if you upgrade, either your CPU is going to bottleneck your graphic card, or either your power supply doesn't have enough power to juice that type of graphic card, and then probably you're going to need a good adapter. I mean, like, I hope the graphic card came with adapter. Yeah, the founder edition already tell they will give you that adapter, but for certain manufacturer maybe they will not give you. We don't know yet, right? I mean, like, even like, while 12th gen they change the bracket, and then some suppliers get some brand give you like, here's your bracket free. You can claim it. You can email us if you need the bracket, if you upgrade to 12th generation Intel. I mean, like, that's why the best thing, AMD 7000 series, your cooler socket, not socket, your cooler size, everything fixed, so you can just put uh your current cooler, CPU cooler, AIO, right? Everything's fits. That's why they designed the CPU IHS like that, so it can fit your current CPU cooler. So that is the best thing for me. Like, 7000 best news is two things for AMD. I mean, like, they have a internal graphic at least for some bio stuff and some diagnostic stuff, like, because before AMD doesn't have graphic in their processor except for certain APUs, and then you have a same size for cooler. So that is the best thing. I mean, like, performance, yes, we know the performance going to increase, but that thing is a plus. So I mean, like, for 40,000 series, the thing that I cited is deep learning super sampling 3.0, PCI Gen 4 already, like, okay, you don't need that bandwidth for PCIe Gen 5 yet, right? No game, no processor going to fully optimize that. But maybe in the future we have. That's why there's already standby. I mean, one of the guy from I mean, like, one of the YouTube channel says that for engineers, for other things, they need to push the boundary. So the technology, when the technology is there, right, the hardware is already supported. They don't want to be like last time when they push it further, the hardware cannot support. That's why they always push the boundaries of the hardware like further. So until we can catch it up, it's okay. I mean, as for esport, everything is okay. Nah, esport you don't need esport. If you playing esport game, right, your processor is much more important, especially FPS game. Yeah, especially FPS game. If the game is CPU bound, you need a good CPU. If the game is GPU bound, a decent CPU, i5, Ryzen 5, and then you need to change your graphic card. I mean, like some people overshoot processor, some people overshoot graphic card. At the end of the day, it must be balanced. But if you have to choose, buy a higher CPU. So in the future, if you upgrade your graphic card, your processor can stay. I mean, like if your processor is too slow, like barely like using your graphic card, right? And then when you upgrade your graphic card, boom, you have to change your processor. In Intel, changing processor, different generation, you have to change your motherboard again. In AMD, for one generation, from one type, like the 1000 series to 5000 series, same socket, so you can stay. I mean, like the for 7000 series, they promise us 3 years plus. So if you already buy a high end motherboard, you probably can stay for 3 years if you just upgrade your graphic card. I mean, like the most exciting thing for us is people selling their stuff. I mean, like for people that really want the highest and the most powerful, and then they feel that the current generation processor and graphic card is not enough for them, so they will sell. You want to buy my Ryzen 9 5950X, right? You want to buy this? You want to buy this? Right? I want to upgrade to Ryzen 7, or some people just give their PC. I take it, take it. I already have a new one, better, faster, stronger. So yeah, that's it, guys. Is there any questions? Is there anything that you need to ask before I end this Adam talk before we continue back with Final Fantasy? I already boot up my Final Fantasy. Not boot up, I already stand by my Final Fantasy. Yeah. Is there a good memes? One last meme. Oh, MSI. Exclusive for MSI. I mean, like, woo.
All right, let's continue then. Yeah, this I saw some people mentioning this already, and yes, there is a dual BIOS on this card.
Dual BIOS is good. Dual BIOS is always good.
Well, last generation we also had this generation too, and yeah, they will be different fan profiles, and in some cases a different TDP setting as well. Meaning, in the gaming setting, ideally, you should be able to get way more performance out of it. Yes, it might get a little bit louder because the fans will have to spin a bit faster. But
so by default,
4 slots.
Yeah, so it's 3.75 slots. I see, indeed, the 4090 Supreme. So, but to all intents and purposes, on yet. Meaning, we also can't show you the RGB powered on.
We have marketing photos, and where it's
comparable, you know, the front of the photos, but also right here, just between,
milky
glass,
glass.
which length of the card. We have a new logo, so that's what she's highlighting here. Some nice
Cover on the.
See, there's basically
I can.
30 series. So basically, and I took this off because later on we're going to actually look at.
Okay, TLDR. If you have the money, buy 4090. But you also probably need to buy a new power supply. If you're choosing between these two, right? Because the CUDA code is different. If the performance is almost the same, like 3060 Ti or 3070, right? I think you better take this one. If the performance is almost the same, like if the performance is less than 10% difference, then take this one, right? If you want to buy this one, if you have the budget, upgrade, add a little bit more and go for 4090. That's it. Yeah, Zotac. I mean, like Zotac already like increasing the quality of their product. Before, if you know, you know what happened. There's a brand that I will never recommend for my friend and my family. But for some people, if you want to buy, if you are interested, I mean, like at the end of the day, every brand is good, right? But some are great, and some is even more great. Like I said, the best graphic card for me personally, the top three are EVGA, then second one is ROG, and then the third one is MSI. But for MSI, if you can get Supreme or Gaming X, that is the best of the best. Obviously, like Gaming Trio, Gaming X Trio, or Supreme, like that is the best lah. But for Ventus, if it for not extreme usage, yeah, you can go for Ventus. But I own 2060 Ventus, and you know what happened to that graphic card. That's why I use like 2060 Asus. Not even the ROG, just standard Asus one, and that graphic card is far better than Ventus. So yeah, if you have any question, fire it up. We have like 7 more minutes. If your processor is too low, right, you need to upgrade. Don't just buy this GPU. Your processor cannot handle it. You need to upgrade. You have to know if your processor is bottlenecking your graphic card or not. If your reclear already done last time, so Jeff, I'm sorry, we already reclear last time. I mean, like it take like less than 1 hours for us to reclear. No, it actually take us like 2 hours, not reaching 2 hours. I mean, like it takes us 4 pull for the 5S, like 2 pull, 2 or 3. Yeah, 3 pull for P6S, but 1 pull for P7S. Yeah, P7 is only 1 pull. I mean, like the first one it doesn't clear because people are like sleeping. Like, wait, what? And then they recheck their macro. Like, okay, we have to do this. We have to sorry. So, gotta buy anyway, bro. The question is not buying or not buying. The question is, can you give it one for me? Can you give it free for me? That's a true mark of a gentleman. If you can give your friend another 4000 series. I mean, like, if you know, if people have 1050 Ti, like 1660 Super, right? I mean, like, yeah, it is good to upgrade now, right? But if you have 3070, 3080 Ti, like, if you already have, stay, bro, stay. You don't need to upgrade unless you buy a new one, then you sell your graphic card. And then like people like, take this, buy my please. I mean, even now it's like in Facebook Market, like, please buy my GPU. I want to upgrade. Please buy 2060, less than 1,000 ringgit only. Take it. I still have 2 years warranty more. Yeah. Sadly, we will never know how good EVGA graphic card anyways. If you want to support EVGA, I think you can buy their power supply or their Kingpin motherboard. I think they really appreciate you buying their power supply. Power supply number 1, Seasonic. There's no denying it. I really want to try the MSI power supply, but the price is a little bit higher than what I used to. I even use just normal Cooler Master power supply for now because of my last power supply. It's not enough power. I already have Ryzen 7 5000 series, so I don't need to upgrade my processor. Yeah, I already have enough. Oh wait. I almost put my usual gaming spec. This is my gaming spec. Alright, this is my working spec. So guys, thank you so much for watching. See you in Final Fantasy 14. The plan is just to max out our tombstone and claim our week 4. Yeah, week 4 item. And then tomorrow we will progging like P8S part 1. I will I think like the fight is hard. Like it is hard. Even Zeno says it is the hardest door boss in a recent memories, right? So yeah. But the good thing is the fight itself is fun. That's the most important thing. I mean, like we play Final Fantasy, we play games in general is for fun. I mean, like I always say to my friend, if you don't have fun playing your game, if you stress with your opponent, or if you stress with your teammates, then what's the point of playing the game? Right? If you all every day you recycling your stress, you win a game, you happy, you lose a game, you stress, you win a game, no, just stop. You already like getting old, brother. There's no point on playing that kind of game. I mean, like play game that at least you can have fun. At least if the game is not fun, what the point of play? If the game like worsening your mental health, there's no point of playing the game. So quit and do something productive. I mean, that's why I play like Savage. Savage is fun. Obviously, there's thing that is hard, the thing that you have to overcome. But that is the best feeling when these 8 random people in fighting finders, right, working together and clear the fight. And they basically like doing like this amazing dance where everybody do things perfectly, synchronize everything, do the mechanic right, and you clear the fight for the first time. Ooh, the feeling is like nothing can defeat it. That's why some people cry when they clear ultimate, right? You will never understand that unless you play the game. I mean, you know the hard work, the required thinking. I show you my clip, right? Like my thought process for this. I mean, like the reason I said tank adjust, right? Wait, stream inside stream. Clip, where is the clip? Popular clip. Tank adjust, yeah. This clip, right? Okay, right? Okay. Think you wait. Okay. So this is Inomaru, right? So okay, stay on the middle bridge, right? Okay. Okay. So basically a DPS go to 1, 2, 3, 4 here, right? And then okay, my position should be like this is bird, right? So I should be on this side, right? And then okay,
Oh no.
but at that time, all I was thinking is if I did not get it there in time, I will kill the other 4 or 2 people here, or I will kill tank and healer there, right? I will kill them there. Because you have to know, sometimes you will get clipped, and I know that my internet is not that fast, and sometimes I do clip people, and I sometimes clip myself. So at that time I say, okay, I probably can stay here. If the bird cross, it will not hit other people than me. And then at the very last moment, I realize if you can see that, see, 1, 2, 3, 4 hit the left side, and then the other one hit everything perfectly. Basically I can survive. If I put my knockback, right, I probably survive it. But I just decide, shit, just die. Like I made a mistake. I should die because from the very beginning till the end, there's no mistake. Everything we done perfectly until, but for that final moment, the one that made mistake, the one that made a blunder is me. So I deserve to die. I mean, like, I already improvised, but it is what it is. I mean, like, it's fun, but we already cleared the fight. So yeah. So guys, see you in 5 minutes. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace. See you later.